Hey everybody, good to see you guys. Thanks so much for coming by today. Let us know how the audio level is and everything, and if there's anything that we can change, let us know where you're coming in from. Oh man, I didn't even see. I got the Mardi Gras beads back there on the on the door.
The smaller ones.
You'll see when Pop's when the Gulf Coast video comes up in a couple weeks, we have a competition where Pops and I tried to see who could get the most beads during Mardi Gras, and so yeah, you'll have to see who you think has the most. All right, let's see. We got Charlotte. We got hello Patty. Hello.
Let me see better.
We got Florida.
What's up, Florida? What's up, Charleston?
Minnesota, Tennessee. Charleston,
Tampa.
We got a Tampa video going up pretty soon.
Kansas,
Boston,
Minnesota,
UK,
baby.
Going to the UK soon too.
From Spain, hola.
Orlando, Spain,
Montreal.
Maryland, Ohio, Montreal,
Illinois.
Man, all right. Well, there's so many people here. Finland.
So
oh man, what time is it in Finland? Another Tampa.
Wow.
From Orange. All right. Well, yeah, guys, let us know what you want to chat about today. But first of all, thanks so much for coming by. It's always we love doing these types of things. I wish we could do them more often because we have so much fun hanging out with everybody and just chatting. A little bit on what we've been up to lately. We did the Gulf Coast, so we drove from Tampa all the way to New Orleans, and it just happened to be around the time of Mardi Gras. We had no idea we were even doing it during that time. So we spent Mardi Gras in Mobile, Alabama, which was very family friendly, and that was a ton of fun. We had such a blast doing that. We're like, we might have to go back next time and experience that again. And then I also just did the California Zephyr Amtrak train. So I rode from Chicago to San Francisco.
Much better experience than his other train ride.
Yeah, if you've seen the Coast Starlight, then this was a significantly more positive experience, and so that'll be coming up pretty soon. I think maybe next week. And I actually really loved the train travel, so I'm one for one. I have one really good one and one really bad one. So we'll see when next time we go what it's like.
I see we have Den Mool from Africa. Where? Let us know where you're at in Africa.
What are you doing? Oh, Den Mool, Africa.
I'm
there
sure
you go.
we're saying your name wrong, but
let's see. I live in Denver, Colorado. I can't wait for you to come out and enjoy the lovely state. I would absolutely love to come to Denver.
We gotta do Colorado.
Yeah, it was so cool when I stopped on the train at the Denver Union Station, and it was so beautiful. I got to explore that a little bit. We had about an hour break, so that's the most I've seen of Denver in a while, and it'll be a teeny bit of Colorado now on the channel when the train video goes up. Howdy, Pops.
Howdy.
No way, a live stream with the boys. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Detroit, we love Detroit. Don't shake this too much.
Sorry.
Let's see. What else we got going on?
Kentucky.
Just left the Airspace Museum. Just came full circle seeing you guys and got inspired by you guys. Oh, that's so cool that we inspired you. Hopefully that was fun to explore. We love going to any of the things related to space, man. Like I'm a huge fan of space stuff. So anytime there's like a NASA thing or that Air and Space Museum, I definitely always want to check that out.
A big gym in central Kentucky.
You gotta point to them so I can put what you want me to put up on the
Right
screen.
above.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys need to be nicer. Kentucky team smoked us. Illinois, yeah, we got knocked out right away, but it kind of warmed my heart to see you get knocked out by Tennessee. So,
in case anytime that we do March Madness, probably for the last, 14, 15 years, we've had a competition where we pick March Madness and the loser has to buy lunch. And Pops didn't last past like the second round this year. He literally picked Illinois to win the whole thing, and they lost.
I did not pick it to win the whole thing.
Illinois and Iowa State were his two, and they were both out within the first round. So it was a pretty easy win for me. I'm looking forward to my lunch, sushi lunch.
Yeah, we haven't had sushi in a while.
Have you ever gotten lost somewhere? What's the most common, interesting place that you two ate? I mean, I would say that anytime the internet goes out, if we haven't preloaded a map, we're a little bit like, oh, which direction are we going? But I wouldn't say we ever really get lost. I'm pretty pretty crazy about like as soon as we get back in from one stop, I immediately like put the next stop on the map and connect it to the CarPlay. So we probably always have a map
Well, that
going.
On the Lincoln Highway trip, when we were kind of coming up on that hurricane, we were a little confused about where we were, or it wasn't a hurricane.
The tornado.
Tornado. We were a little confused trying to figure out where we were going.
Figuring out like how to get around it and stuff. What's the most common interesting place that you two ate? Well, I don't know, common or interesting. What's the most interesting place that we've ate? You got anything for that?
Most interesting place. Well, each trip has some place that was interesting in
The
a
Monster
different
Burger.
way. What
Monster Burger.
was one.
The burger as big as your head.
I love the place we went to in Mobile where I got the soft shell crab sandwich. So there's different things, different places. We're always up for trying unusual things.
Anything we can try that's new. This is an interesting one. It's like about how adult oriented Mardi Gras is. So that's what we always had assumed, like that's what you see on the news and stuff. But when we went to the Mobile one, I mean, it's so family friendly. There was kids everywhere. They were throwing stuffed animals out to kids. They were throwing
kids would walk
food.
away with 3 or 4 stuffed animals.
Yeah, there was
wonderful.
nothing at all like that. I have no idea how it is in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. I'm sure it's a lot different, but the Mobile Mardi Gras was incredible. We had such a great
They
time.
pride themselves on it being family friendly, and we were both shocked. We didn't know what to expect, but we loved it.
Liked your last trip to Las Vegas. Good to know there's other places, other casinos. Yeah, I mean, like when I said in that video, like I literally grew up. Pops isn't a Vegas person, but my mom, we went to Vegas a lot growing up when I was younger because there was just so many things to do for kids during the day, and so that's why I wanted to take my kids back and let them have that experience. And we had a total blast. Didn't gamble or anything, and didn't even go see a show. We just kind of explored, hiked, and it was a lot of fun.
There's Den Mule again. He's in Kenya. Talk about beautiful places to be. One of my favorite places I ever been was in Kenya during the wildebeest migration. It was just mind-blowing. It was amazing.
Great River Road. We always have plans to do Great River Road. That'll be within the next year or so. We'll definitely have Great River Road up on the channel. Maybe this summer, we'll see. That's been one that's been pretty high on our list for a while. Where are you off to next? So we're actually off to the United Kingdom. We're going to do an England road trip. We're going to do a Scotland road trip. So that's going to be probably the next thing that we do. Super excited about that. I've done zero planning, so I see that some people have said that they're from England and stuff in the chat, but feel free to shoot me an email with any suggestions you have about road trips in England.
A place like England, where do you start?
Yeah, there's just going to be too much to see.
So much to see.
I said, where are the donuts? What's up, Crazy Larry? How you doing, man? We got donuts in the other room, literally. We went with the kids and picked some donuts out before we came over here.
I asked the kids to pick one for me. They picked me a lemon old-fashioned. So
not Pops' favorite. So
I'll probably have to be a little more directive in the future. Good to see you, Larry.
Pops, no glasses. Where are your glasses at?
For some reason, I can see better right now without them. With the screen here, without having to get my head up for my bifocal. So
there you go. I need your guys' anti-diabetes genes for all the crazy food that we eat. Yeah,
it's true. It is totally true.
We're definitely work hard, play hard, though. It's like when we're home, it's super normal, just regular food. I'm like I do calorie counting and everything, and then you go on the road, and it's just it all goes out the window.
I mean, if you're gonna hike 5, 6, 8 miles in a day, you can eat a donut, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You just get 14, 20,000 steps in a day, you're good to go. How does All Trails work? Does it require Wi-Fi? No. So like if you pay for the All Trails membership, you can actually download the trails offline. So that's what I do if I'm going to do any backcountry trails or anything like that. I'll just download them offline so that I can use them without internet. Love your adventures and revisiting so many places we've been to in our lives. That's so
cool.
Awesome. I love being able to hear the people who comment about like, I did that in the 1980s and I did that with my family.
Or my mother or something. Yeah.
We've done Guadalupe National Park, underrated. We drove through it when we were on our Texas road trip. We stopped at like one of the old buildings or something, but haven't done really anything there. I don't consider it like one that I've checked off at all. Hopefully this year, I would love to just fly out there and do the high point of Texas because that's in the national park, and that would be kind of like a nice little day adventure. Joining late, tell Amy hello for us. Yeah, I think she's gonna come in and pop in and say hi with the kids, see if they're interested in saying hi. Through My Lens and Pops hiking are some of my favorite things on YouTube. There you go.
You're very kind.
Oh yeah, someone asked what your channel is. Entertain everybody while I get a link
Pops
to your
hiking.
channel.
Yeah, and I just hit 8,500 subscribers. So pushing my way to 10,000. I can't believe it. You
Oh,
guys
and
are so kind.
Pops, tell them about your video from today.
Oh yeah. So the thing is Josh, Josh did the 2 videos on Lincoln Highway, and we did a live chat with. I was traveling for the first one, but the second one. But one of the things that we did was, as soon as we got to the end, so we're at the end, we're still fresh from driving that day, and I'm standing by one of those Lincoln Highway posts, and just off the top of my head, I had scribbled some notes and gave my initial reaction to having driven 3 weeks with Josh on the Lincoln Highway. And so it's like a 7-minute video, just kind of with those immediate reactions. And then Josh helped me actually the last couple of days dropping kind of pictures in of the things I'm talking about. So it's different than a lot of other videos because it's so spontaneous. But
And you were at the end. You were at the Western
literally at the
Terminus
end.
while you
So
were doing it.
if you get a chance, take a look, see what you think.
Yeah, I linked to Pop's channel. I pinned it, so feel free to check it out. Let's see. I love your videos. Hopefully they will act as guides for many years. I hope so. I hope you can have lots of great adventures. We always say this, but I try to make the videos like to show obviously our adventures and to tell the stories that we have, but also in a way that hopefully helps you to understand a place that you're going to, helps you to prepare for your own trip. And so like I'm always like, my goal is always to encourage people to go out and experience these places themselves. Don't just watch Pops and I do it, go out and experience them themselves. And then our other goal is also always trying to find these new cities people might not go to, and then like kind of show how cool they are as well. So I mean, in the Florida trip, obviously Tampa is a big place that people go to, but we did a video on Tampa, did a video on Tallahassee, just to kind of show, hey, if you never knew what was in Tallahassee, like, here's how we spent the whole day there.
Well, that one just had your cursor on Tawny Rose. When you come to California, you may not know that Josh has 2 channels actually. He has Through My Lens, but he started with California Through My Lens. And there's like virtually nowhere in California he hasn't been that you couldn't find a video on. So when you're planning that trip, that can be really helpful.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Go to Yosemite, go to Pacific Coast Highway, all those fun stuff. Let's see. Oh, in the UK we're going, England and Scotland. I'll probably do about a month in London as well. Kind of still trying to finalize all the details. Hopefully you'll be back and tackle the 72-ounce steak one day. And Pop's going to take a 72-ounce steak down
There's
sometime.
no way I could take that down.
That might be the last video on the channel. Pop's trying to eat a 72-ounce steak and having
What
a
a way
heart,
to go,
heart
though.
attack or something.
What a way to go.
Anywhere that has their favorite food, donuts, absolutely. We love donuts, that's for sure.
We have become, Josh has helped me become a bit more of a connoisseur, though.
A connoisseur of donuts.
I will eat any donut.
But then you might like your lemon old fashioned. You never
right.
know.
I'm open to something new that my grandchildren introduced me to.
Any plans for trip outside the United States? Yeah, that's the next one. We got, probably do France and England and Scotland. I'm hoping maybe get to Wales as well. And Pops just got back from the Philippines and Vietnam, and he has a couple videos coming on his channel from that. Let's see. Greetings from Germany. Love Lincoln Highway. Thanks for watching it. That was a crazy one. We spent a lot of time doing that. That was like 21 days. And also for all the people who have been asking for a full Lincoln Highway video, I put everything together. So I took all of the days that we did, like Philly and Pittsburgh, the individual days, and I took the whole Lincoln Highway, both part 1 and part 2, and I put it all together. I haven't even watched it, so hopefully it's good because it's way too long for me, but it's like 4 hours and 15 minutes, and so I'll probably put that up in like the next couple weeks, just in case there's anybody who wants to see that entire every single day of the 21 days that we spent driving across the Lincoln Highway.
And one of the things about that video too is that, I mean, you may not specifically plan a trip to Omaha or Cedar Rapids or Cheyenne, but this trip facilitated us seeing those places, and they were all great. But they're just kind of smaller places that potentially you wouldn't choose to go for a long time to one of those places.
And you asked about, Angela, Mesa Verde. We haven't been to Mesa Verde yet. We haven't done any of the 4 that are in the 4 national parks in Colorado. So maybe we can get to Colorado this year too. We always say we're going to get there. Would you ever consider taking Steinbeck's Path of Books, Travel with Charlie? That would actually be really awesome. I have that book probably on my shelf. So that's a really cool idea to actually go and do that travel again and see what it's like. I love that idea. Thank you. Let's see. Is your channel your main source of income? Yeah, so I started running a blog about 15 years ago or so, something like that now. That was on the state of California. I did that for a really long time. It's actually full-time blogger for a while. And then I set up a YouTube channel for that blog. And then I also set up a YouTube channel for my outside of California stuff. So those 3 income streams together has been my full income stream for probably 6-8 years or something like that now. You guys helped me so much with my Route 66 road trip. That's awesome. We're hoping to do Route 66 again next year for the centennial. So fingers crossed we're able to do it.
Yeah, I was chatting with somebody on my channel about that. That would, if you were ever thinking about doing 66, next year might be a good year to try to do it. I don't know if they're going to have special things going on. I would not be surprised if there were, but could be a good time to consider doing Route 66 next year.
Yeah, and I would just love to see how much it's changed since we did it. It'll be 6 years, I think, since we did it.
You know, maybe we should do a meetup on Route 66.
There you go, Route 66
that
meetup.
Would find a cool place, Seligman or something. And do a meetup.
Seligman? Oh, man.
Or Oklahoma City. That's another cool spot.
Oklahoma City was cool, too. Thanks for all your historic discoveries and appreciate it. We love it. Have you done a coastal road trip in New England and the Carolinas? We did a New England Fall Colors road trip. We drove along the coast from that national park down to Boston, but I don't think we actually recorded anything. I think we had finished the video by then, but that was so beautiful. I would love to spend more time there, like Portland, Maine, and all of that area.
I've talked to Josh about an East Coast a little bit. I mean, I grew up in New Jersey, and the New Jersey, we don't call it the coast. We call it the shore. The New Jersey shore could be an interesting road trip and go all the way down, like you say, into the Carolinas.
The Carolina coast, start in Savannah, Charleston, go through the tiny little coastal towns. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like the Outer Banks. I think that's the area kind of that you're talking about, but like an Outer Banks road trip. So that's been high on my list for a while. But I mean, there's just too many good places to go to. It's like we want to do the Natchez Trace, we want to do the Great River Road. I'd love to do the Outer Banks. I mean, someone was even saying that there's a road that goes, the longest road in the United States, longer than Lincoln Highway, goes from like New York to Portland or something, like along the upper part. I mean, something like that would be cool. We've talked about driving across Canada. It's basically just not enough time to do all the things that we want to do. North Coast 500 if coming into Scotland. All right, I will look that up. I don't know anything about that. I'm so far behind in my planning process, but I'm so excited about going to England and to Scotland. I mean, I've been there probably 15 years ago now, or 20 years ago now, and I'm just so excited to go back. Pops, what is your favorite flavor of pie?
Well, it depends on how it's made, but fresh peach, especially in New Jersey, the peaches in New Jersey are off the hook. Fresh peach in New Jersey is amazing. Blueberry pie in the New England area is incredible. And around here, we have good cherries in an area called Cherry Valley. So even cherry pie is fabulous. But you can, there's no pie I don't like. I never met a pie I didn't like, I'm pretty sure.
That's true. At one point in time, Pops had like the best pie in every state list. And anytime we went to a new state, he's like, let's see what the best pie on that state is.
On the New England trip, we were looking for that.
So we can try it. So he is definitely Pops, do you like pie better than donuts?
Absolutely.
Incorrect.
I would always have a pie. I mean, I typically have a pie at my house that I'm pounding every night. But
man,
donuts, I'll have.
You better do some more walking than if you're eating a pie every night.
A piece.
You look like Burt Reynolds, Pops.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I look like Burt Reynolds. I look like, some monster somewhere. I don't know.
What's the scariest moment you had while hiking? I don't know if I would necessarily say it's scary, but just the fact that you just never know what's going to happen. And when we were in Katmai, Amy and I, we were walking to the bear viewing platform, and like right when we got to the platform, we saw that the people were coming down had stopped, and we're like, what is this about? And then literally a grizzly just goes on and turns and then just starts walking down the path towards us. And there was probably 8 or 10 people with us, so we weren't alone. And basically had enough time to get about five feet off the trail. And literally this grizzly just walks right past us. He actually looked at me for a second and then just kept going. And in Katmai, I mean, you basically never have any people have issues with bears because there's so much for them to eat and everything. But the fact that there was a live wild grizzly bear about 5 feet away from me on the trail, it's definitely something that I was a little bit scared about.
I'd be offended by that. The bear looks at me and said, "Nah, I can
You're not
find
worth
something, I can
eating.
find something better to eat than this."
Where's the fish at? You got any scary moments while hiking, Pops?
Well, you guys know I don't like heights, and that end towards the end of that, is it Fragile Arch?
Delicate arch.
Delicate Arch. I had a problem with that. The path is probably, I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 feet wide, something like that, with a pretty sharp drop off, and I kind of struggle with that a little bit.
I built that one up too much. I was like, oh, Pops, this got a little bit of a drop at the end. And then the entire day he was just thinking about it. And then if he went back and saw it now, he wouldn't even be scared about it. But I had built it up too much. He was terrified. Go watch that video if you're interested in seeing it, because he's like, I'm ready to go down. He couldn't even sit up there.
And I also say, when he shoots the camera in my face, if you look carefully, you can see the fear in my eyes.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Have you ever been to Kansas City, Missouri before? I have not. Have you been, Pops?
I don't think I have. We have family there, so we should try check it out.
Let's see. Oh, the Rattlesnake Museum in Albuquerque. I have been there. That is cool. A month we'd be in Scotland, probably like June-ish, something like that. I'm still finalizing all of the details. I have had so much content to edit. Like the Lincoln Highway, I put that off for so long, and then that took me so long to edit. And then this week I edited an hour and 15 minutes on the Gulf Coast, 35 minutes on the California Zephyr, 20 minutes in Tampa, 20 minutes in Tallahassee, and then a California video. And so I'm like finally kind of out of the woods of like catching up on all of this, because we did the Gulf Coast back in early February or something.
Yeah.
And so now I'm finally like, okay, now I can start planning for the next trip since I got
And
that
I'm
done.
looking forward to Scotland. One of the most beautiful places I think I've seen was the forest on the west side of Loch Ness. It was incredibly beautiful. So I hope we can get back there again.
Someone said congrats to you, Pops, about your channel almost getting to
Thank
10,000.
you, Karen. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's awesome, Pops. There you go.
Appreciate it, AJ.
Hey guys, it's pretty cool you did Lincoln Highway, making great memories. Did you see your mom in Illinois? Yeah, we didn't get that far down to see my grandma, his mom, this time. But hopefully, if we do Route 66 again next year, we'll pick her up and she can do like a half day. She can have her second round of chicken wings reviews. She did a chicken wing review on the last one.
Yeah. And some died. It wasn't great chicken.
She gave it a 10 out of 10 though.
I know, I couldn't believe that.
Well, that's the thing. When we bring a new person on the channel, it's like they don't know how to rate. Because Dan, another one of our family members in the Michigan video, we went to a pizza place, and I think he gave the pizza place a 10 out of 10 too. So they're not the strict raters like we are when we get to these places.
Well, next week I have a video coming out about coffee in Vietnam, and Dan was there, and I give him. He orders this coffee, and I say, "So what do you think?" And he said, "I'd get it again." And I was like, no, talk about more about.
Is it a 5? Is it a 4?
Yeah,
is it
a
2?
No, I'll get it again.
When's the Isle Royale National Park? Yeah, I don't know. I think I got to do that one in Voyagers. I was trying to do that last year, but it was just too hard to squeeze in. I'd like to spend a little bit more time hiking there, like spend like an extra day there. So I have 12 national parks left. Something like that.
Wow.
So hopefully this year I can, well, not this year, probably within the next year and a half, probably by the end of next year, I'll have completed all of them, because I only really have one hard one left, and that's American Samoa, since I did Virgin Islands this year. The rest of them are all relatively easy to get to. So I love visiting national parks. I'm super excited to check all of those off. The tornado is crazy. Were you guys scared? Oh yeah. I've never experienced that before. So, people say they're scared of earthquakes. Like I grew up with earthquakes. I've never experienced a tornado before. And when we were driving and we saw those, like you'll see it in the video, it's like almost looked like fingers coming down ahead of us with the clouds. Like I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I don't know how it's gonna change.
Well, and we were like, what do you do?
What's up, homies? You coming in to say hi? Yeah. Oh, all right.
Come on in. Here they are.
You want to come show them your new baby?
Wow, look at the cool new baby, too.
Hi, everyone. You guys say hi?
Hi.
Show them your baby. Hold it up. Oh, wow. What's this one's name?
Rainbowy.
Rainbowy. Okay, Rainbowy's here.
Move over
Jack,
this way
what's
so
your
they can
baby's
see you,
name?
Jack. What's this guy's name? What's his name?
Woof woof.
Woof woof. Yeah, woof woof.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's your favorite trip that you've been on in the last little while? Can you remember any trips that you've gone on that you liked?
New York.
New York? What was your favorite thing in New York?
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. All right. What about you, Jack? You got any favorites? All right, he's not too chatty right now. That's fine.
Think of one.
Amy, what about you? You got anything that was a favorite you've done recently? Oh, Jack's favorite has been Lompoc, California. He's really into rockets, and there's a lot of rocket history and stuff there. So he was really excited to go to Lompoc. He always talks about that, huh, bud? All right, not chatting.
He did choose to come in here on his own
Oh,
will.
okay.
But my favorite trip we've done recently was Vegas.
Oh yeah, we went to Vegas. That was cool.
That was fun.
And we got to go to the M&M factory. Everybody was super excited about the M&M factory, huh, Sonny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
I like
you
how
see
shiny
yourself?
this one is.
And
Look
she's
at
got
that.
her
No, she's got
cape on.
She's got a cape on as well. But yeah, you guys are gonna be going to London pretty soon, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to Paris. So they're gonna get we got their passports, and they're gonna have their first international trip pretty soon too. They're really excited to go to London because there's a Peppa Pig bus tour. So any of the people out there with kids, there's a bus tour that you can take where Peppa Pig takes you around London, and then you get to have an afternoon tea on the double-decker bus. And you know what could be better than that?
Are you guys excited for that?
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Go have tea with Peppa.
Tea with Peppa. What could be better?
Peppa.
Well, thanks for coming in and saying hi, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You want to say anything else?
We'll see you later.
We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.
guys.
See you later.
Bye.
All right. But yeah, they're coming with us to London and to Paris. The kids are, and they're super excited. It's been fun because they're kind of at the age now where they get to see all of the different things on their shows, like Peppa Pig goes to Paris, and so it's like, well, they want to see the Eiffel Tower now, and it's fun to be able to see those connections that they're starting to make now and everything. The best hike in Southern California. I don't know. I have a list of them on my California channel. Probably something in Joshua Tree. I like a lot of hikes there, but
Well, you do Whitney too.
I don't know if you call it Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Usually the cutoff is like the Central Coast area, but there's a lot of great. I mean, like San Gorgonio is good. I loved Mount Baldy. That was one of my favorites for a long time because it's like relatively approachable, but the views are epic up there. What's your favorite Southern California hike, Pops?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of one particular. I mean, I do like Joshua Tree. Several of the hikes in there.
Let's see. I think you're giving me all the template for Yosemite. Me and my retired friend we're traveling to San Francisco. That's awesome. Yeah, Yosemite. Honestly, if you go anywhere in California, go to Yosemite. That's by far my favorite place in California. I mean, it's like nothing you'll ever see before. You've heard us talk 100 times about how amazing Yosemite is, and it's better than anything we could ever even say. Let's see. Love the history and education you both give us. Yeah, Pops has been getting really into the history. He reads books on the different places that we go to, especially if it has anything to do with the cowboy history. Let's see. Hello from New Mexico. Watching your videos is me and my girlfriend's Saturday morning routine. Hey, there you go.
I love it.
Thanks for watching
cup
it.
Of coffee. That's perfect. And a donut.
And a donut, yeah. Yeah, that was Mississippi River. Absolutely. That's super high on our list to do the Mississippi River. Best vehicles you've ever owned or rented for road trips? I mean, honestly, we have the Traverse. It's just the family car.
It's been great.
Oh, yeah, and we've driven it to Alaska, which was
New York.
to New York, and we probably put 20, 30,000 miles on
Easily.
it. We've never had a single issue. Plus, Pops is tall, so it's an easy car for him to get in and out of, where some of the other cars are not as easy. But I mean, honestly, like most of the time when you go rent a car now, I mean, any car that's within the last 5 years is pretty easy to road trip in. I'm big into having CarPlay because I like to be able to see the map and stuff really easily. So that is something I look for with a car, but that's basically it.
My mind was blown when we rented a Mini, and I realized you could lower the seat and make it go down, because
A Mini?
I had Mini, yeah. Mom
Oh,
rented a Mini.
you mean back in the day? Yeah, when you could lower the seat down.
Well, I mean, recently, last time Mom and I rented a car.
What? And you didn't
I
think
didn't
you could
know
lower
about
the
lowering
seat?
the seat before. I
Man,
mean,
what did you have to use a crank back in the day to lower a seat
well,
or
you
something?
push this thing, and it goes down like this,
Guys, have you ever had a car where you haven't pushed something to lower a seat in the car?
Did you see the stuff I have to deal with here?
Man, I can show you. I can lower the seats in my car too. I'll have to show you afterwards.
That's
it's pretty
amazing.
Pretty
I'm so
incredible.
glad to tell me that.
Oh my gosh, Switzerland one day. I would love to go to Switzerland. I went a long time ago and it was
Likewise, a
incredible.
long
But
time ago.
there's like I would love to go spend a whole year in Europe, and see all the different places around there. But just trying to finally branch out and see a little bit of it. I mean, let us know what like I'm always interested in whether people want content outside of the United States, because so much of the content on my channel is road trips and things to do in the United States and Canada. So it's like
harder to get outside of U.S.
yeah, I mean, like, are you guys most interested in the United States stuff because that's where people are traveling, or are you interested in things that are outside of that? Like, definitely let me know. Looking forward to all 21 days on Lincoln Highway. I'm glad. That is definitely a crazy long video. So if anyone actually finishes it, I'll be very impressed. What's your advice on creating a job that gives you the freedom to travel? I mean, well, there's two ways to do it. I mean, Pops is a professor, and you have a lot of freedom, right, to travel with that.
Yeah, student vacation, spring break, Thanksgiving break, away, summers you have off, basically. So
Yeah, so there's like more traditional jobs,
teacher job.
where you can travel. So I mean, there are jobs like that, and then like for me, I mean, when I started it, I think I've probably said this before, but I started just traveling California. That's all I did. I'm going to travel as much of California as I can because I was working full time. I had probably 50-hour a week job, and we travel on the weekends and see California. And that to me, that was what I did for probably the first 6 or 8 years, was just travel California. And through doing that and creating content and everything, I finally was able to branch out a little bit outside of California, which is what I'm doing now. But I think for me, like, travel can be just traveling in the state that you're in. There's so much stuff and cool stuff that's around to see, even if you're doing it with a 40-hour a week job. But obviously, like, if you can get into something where you're traveling, or you have different types of schedules, I mean, that does definitely help with that. What's the best pizza in New York and the best Nashville chicken? Oh, the pizza and the best Nashville chicken were the best. Yeah, my favorite pizza industry in New York is, man, I think about that all the time. And you did a Nashville chicken. What was your favorite Nashville chicken
video? It was tough. It was between Prince's, and there's one I think it's called 200 Degrees. I was shocked with 200 Degrees how good it was. But Prince's has got to be the state for me, even better than Hattie B as far as I'm concerned.
Best regards from Norway. My favorite show while practicing the guitar. That's awesome.
Wow.
Both Pops and I took up guitar and played for a long time. You used to be able to play Blackbird by the Beatles.
I couldn't do it if my life depended on it.
But now
Josh played Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, we're a little out of the guitar game, unfortunately. That was a lot of fun, though. It was like right when I left high school, we started doing that.
Well, the story was, when I turned 50, I said to Josh, I'm 50 years old. I always wanted to learn to play the guitar. And true to form, Josh says, quit being a sissy, go buy a guitar and learn to play it. And so we both bought one together and both learned at the same time. So that was fun.
You get on each other's nerves when you travel on a long road trip? I would say 95% of the time, no. But one of the most hilarious things that makes me laugh every single time now is that when you look at the Loneliest Road video or the Lincoln Highway video, there's just one shot where Pops is coming out of the coffee shop in Virginia City, and I'm like, and you need some extra coffee for putting up with you for 14 days. And he looks and he says, the feeling is likewise. And I feel like of all times on our trips, right then, there was probably like a little bit the closest to the truth in terms of like, hey, we've been here for 20 days together,
We've done pretty well.
we do pretty well.
We've had a couple tiffs over the years, but...
Honestly, though, like, I couldn't think of like, a father and son duo traveling as well as we travel. Like we have our systems. Like, Pops is down for anything that we see. We usually listen to audiobooks. We play video games in the hotel rooms. We'll usually play Mario Party.
I let him win, which helps to keep the
Pops has never been good at video games my whole life,
so he thinks. You know what I mean?
So it's really not that competitive.
You parents out there, I could win if I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we do really well together. We travel really well together. So I mean, even if we have like a disagreement on something, I mean, it's never a big deal. Like it's definitely been a blessing that we do so well together on the trips. Heading to Newport Beach this summer. Any good spots to eat? Newport Beach. Oh, go to Sidecar Donuts. Sidecar Donuts is probably my favorite donut place in the whole world. So there's a cool place called the Crab Cooker there that's really historic. I haven't been there in probably 5 or 6 years. I don't know how it is now, but if you like seafood, that's kind of cool place. But definitely Sidecar Donuts. Get the brown butter donut there. Change your life. Redondo Beach, South Bay video. I would love to. It's like one of those places in Southern California I can never get out to. It's so far from a lot of places. I don't know why I don't get out there. It's beautiful. There was a shipwreck hike I used to love doing out near the South Bay. I mean, and I love the piers and stuff out there, and the beaches are cool. So maybe we'll do something else out there in the future. Show your family equally on your vlogs as much as your dad. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of vlogs with the family and stuff too. I'm always super thoughtful of like my kids buying into being a part of it. I don't ever want them to feel like they have to be a part of it. I don't want to be like a family channel that's just like, hey, come say something to the camera and that be part of their lives. So like, to me, I always try to walk the line of like, hey, we're going to do a family video, and they're always super excited. I mean, they say buy a camera and stuff, but not be like, hey, their whole life is just, being in videos and things like that. So I can do that with my dad, hey, you're 16 days with me in the video and you're on it the whole time.
But you do get some classic lines. I mean, like, these kids have been to Disneyland and been all these places, New York, all this. What's your favorite place, Jack? Lawn Park.
Yeah, he definitely loves that spot. It's and we're gonna do a family video, I'm sure, in London. We'll do one in Paris and stuff. So to me, I love having these videos because my kids are only 4, and I already watched like a couple of the videos we have, and it's just so crazy to me how fast time is going. And so I know that I'm gonna be so excited to watch these videos back as they get older and stuff. So I make them as much for myself as I do for everybody else. But that's kind of like how we toe the line between like what videos they're in and what they're not.
John G, the next one down there, that's something to keep in mind, that if it's America's 250 next year too, that might be really epic. A bunch of stuff happening.
Yeah, that's cool. I have to look at
think
that.
About that.
There you go. Route 66. Yes, for the meetup. Let's do it. There we go. And inland Orange County video. Yeah, for sure. There's lots of really cool stuff there. I have a video on Anaheim on my channel that's like Anaheim without doing Disneyland. So we went to the Bowers Museum and the Science Center and all that kind of stuff. That's on the California channel, but I'd love to spend more time down there.
I'd advocate doing Anaheim without doing Disneyland.
Yeah, you're all about that. You have made me choose to plan a 2-week trip down to Texas from Illinois. Absolutely. Do it. You'll like go in. I mean, like that's the thing with Lincoln Highway is like Pops and I were originally a little bit kind of bummed about the fact that there's not a lot of Lincoln Highway history left. And so it's like we started going being like, oh, it's going to be like Route 66. We can stop at any museum. They'll have a little bit on Lincoln Highway, and it's like, no, there's nothing. Like there's small pockets, as you see in that video.
When we found something, we were very excited, but we didn't find a lot.
Yeah, and so but what we kind of changed that video into was like, well, we never would have driven this route. Like we would have never experienced these cities. We would have never gone through like a lot of the places that we were going through. And so it's kind of like, yeah, see anything Lincoln Highway we could, but also just experience the cultures and the cities and the things that we were driving through. And that's kind of what took it from like, oh, we're bummed about not being Lincoln Highway history to like, oh, this is an incredible road trip. We got to see so much of unique parts of America we would have never gone to. So, I mean.
Well, and John, I talked about this with Josh, and it comes out in the videos, although not as overtly, is that one thing that he does a really good job with in Roots and Lincoln Highway is kind of showing Americana. When you look at that video, you really get a feel for what America is and what Americana is, rather than just these big cities, So I thought it was something really beautiful that was pulled out that Josh did.
Are you currently planning for any major hikes? We met you on Mount Whitney. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I remember meeting you guys on Mount Whitney. One of the coolest trail encounters. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and everything. I put in a lottery for the Half Dome again. I saw someone mention that earlier in the chat, so I'd love to go to Half Dome, do it if I can this year. I also put in a lottery for the enchantments and I put in the lottery for the enchantments every year and I never get it. So one of these times I'm sure I'll get it and then I'll be able to do it. And Amy and I have like talked about the idea of she's always wanted to do the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. So we talked about like maybe trying to do it this year because I'm going to turn 40 this year, so like having a 40 adventure and going to do something like that. So if we do that, then I'll be definitely working out harder for that, but we'll see. Crazy Horse Memorial. We didn't get there when we were in South Dakota. I'm going to go back and do that, and the national park, which was also closed when we were going through there, so we didn't get to do that national park either. Longest road might be US 6, Cape Cod to CA. Okay, yeah, I can't remember what the one was that someone told me, but it was something different than I had thought about before. Have you ever thought about doing Canadian, Newfoundland?
There's so many things I'd like to see in Canada. And when we did the Alaskan Highway, I mean, British Columbia is one of the most beautiful areas of the world I've ever seen, I think.
Peach pies, Pops. Peach pie. Oh, the
Fresh
peach pie at Capitol Reef. We didn't get to have any. Remember
Peach pie at Capitol Reef.
Remember we went to the pie place and they hadn't opened for the season. We were so sad because we had heard about how good it was. Whiskey Trail in Scotland. 100% chance that I'm gonna try some Scotch in Scotland. 100%. I'm gonna have to see. I know it's like out on that island, and so you have to like take the ferry over and everything. But I'm definitely gonna make that happen.
What is it, Islay or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. That's where like Lagavulin and stuff are all out there. So, Bruce, one of my friends told me the Bruce Peninsula was one of the most, like a person who traveled a lot, was like one of the most beautiful places they'd ever been. So, I would love to. I can't remember exactly where that's at, but I would love to do that for sure. Live in New Jersey. Where do you have to go to have the best peach pie?
I don't know. I haven't been to New Jersey forever, so anywhere you can get fresh peach pie is basically the.
Somebody asked if you missed New Jersey. That was like further down. We haven't got there yet. But do you miss New Jersey?
I liked growing up in New Jersey. I mean, it's very, very different because it's so flat in southern Jersey. I can remember the first time I came out west, and I couldn't believe that I could see something that was 40 miles away because New Jersey is so flat. But I enjoyed New Jersey. I like the food. I like the people. I like going to the shore. I like doing stuff in Philadelphia. So
you do miss New Jersey? You miss butter cake?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys know butter cake, but there's you see cheap imitations of butter cake, but real good butter cake in South Jersey, there's nothing like it. It's amazing.
How far in advance do you usually plan a trip?
Usually the day before, sometimes basically on the airplane.
No, I mean, Pops is joking, but literally, like, we will be sitting in the hotel room at night planning out stops for the next day. I mean, Pops will be looking, I'll be looking.
Atlas Obscura.
Yeah, we look at Atlas Obscura a lot to see if there's anything, like, crazy we can go to along the way. But, I mean, like, I'll have this shell planned, and then depending on how much I'm working on, it's like we might be planning while we're on the airplane. But I usually try to be 6 months out with, like, big trips. So, like, okay, I want to go to London in the early 2025. And so it's like 6 months out, at least having like the booking of like where I'm going to stay. And then it's like everything else I might wait until the day of to do, but like I will have the booking there.
One of the things I appreciate, Josh will have 95% ultimately of things planned out. And he'll say, Pops, what do you want to do? And I'll say, I don't know. And he'll say, here's a couple of our options. What do you want to do? And I say, I don't know. Choose one. Choose what you want to do. I said, okay, I'll choose one. But mostly he has it all planned out. He's so good with that.
Well, and Pops is more interested in that kind of stuff now that he makes his own videos because he'll have something that he's excited about that I might never even have cared about. And so he'll want to do that. Just looked up the North Coast 500. Looks incredible. 13-hour scenic drive with the... I'm in. I got to go look that up. This is something that I've actually talked about a long time. Me and Amy talked about doing it for a while, retracing the routes of a Lewis and Clark expedition. So yeah, I mean, that would be another really cool road trip to do.
That was one of the funnest things, I think, when we were going through Omaha, and there was a museum dedicated to Lewis and Clark. We stopped and stuck our heads in there. And the guy who was the docent from the Park Service was like, oh my gosh, Josh. He goes, we run your videos down here all day long. So that was fun to meet that guy right there at the Lewis and Clark place.
Yeah, that was awesome. Traveling, going to the Sun Road, Shining locations. I would love to visit the hotel from the Shining movie. And I would, going to the Sun Road, I drove it once. It was incredible. I need to spend a lot more time in that national park. That's always everybody's favorite. And we literally spent one day there and got like socked in with weather. So we basically I can't even consider really have been there. Glacier National Park.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
And red rum. You gonna stay in the room, the Stephen King room?
Absolutely.
I think you have to book that like 2 hours in advance. 2 years in advance. Let's see.
Probably people are looking at it. What are you guys talking about?
I watched my Route 66 video with my 6-month-old daughter, and then we watched Cars, and she was recognizing all the landmarks and the signs. That's so fun.
Sharp little girl.
Let's see. One of my favorite videos is the two of you at Sunrise in Bryce Canyon.
That was cool.
Do you have any accidents off camera? One time Pops hit a deer on a road trip. That was not on camera, but literally we were going like 25 miles an hour and we literally turned around and the deer was gone.
Okay,
but I mean, literally like No, it was fine, but it was definitely one of the craziest off-camera adventures
He
accidents we had.
jumped through the air off the side of the road. Never even saw him.
Yeah, it was crazy. What's the best donut you've ever eaten on a road trip? I always have my ones that I really like. Like I love the Sidecar. I love this place in Memphis. That was so good. I think it's called Gibson's. We had some good ones. The Federal Donuts in Philadelphia was really strong. We had that place in Destin was really good. That crumb donut in Destin. We got a lot of good ones.
What's the fresh peach one in Southern California?
Oh yeah, the Donut Man, the fresh peaches at the Donut Man. Oh my gosh, that's a good that's coming up. That's like summertime. It's like this big and it's just entirely full of peaches. But it's only like 2 months out of the year. So if you're in California when they got peach donut at the Donut Man, definitely do that. A lot of coffee recommendation. Important question: how do you take your coffee? We are hardcore. It's like a cortado. Like we want just like this much, like little bit of milk and a little bit of foam with like the coffee. That's basically how we drink it now. Pops has changed a lot over the years. Basically anything I go to, he follows me. So I went to, he was on the sweet lattes, and we went to cappuccinos, and he went to cappuccinos with me. Then we went to cortados. He went to cortados with me. Pretty much we're just going to be like, hey, just inject the black coffee right into my veins.
I was just in Vietnam with my wife, and the coffee is incredible. But my video that I'm putting out next week at this time is on coffee in Vietnam, and I show you how to make a Vietnamese egg coffee. I don't show you, the guy who makes them shows you, but you could be able to learn to make an egg coffee on your own at home.
Did they make, like, is that just raw egg?
It's literally raw egg whipped up with sugar and honey and vanilla and sweetened condensed milk.
I'm glad that you didn't get sick with that.
It's amazing.
We're really behind on questions. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because we have so many of these.
You guys are so kind.
Yeah, we're like halfway. Okay, we're skipping ahead. Let's see. What about Through My Lens, France? If you asked a question that we didn't get to before you skip, go ahead and ask it again, but we're trying to catch up a little bit more. I would love to, I'm so excited to go to France. My whole goal in France was to get to Normandy because I really wanted to go to Normandy. We have a grandparent that was in Normandy, and I really wanted to see that for myself, but I didn't realize how kind of challenging it is to get to from Paris. And so I didn't want to force it, and I wanted to be able to have the time that I wanted to dedicate to it. So not going to get to Normandy on this trip, but so that means that I have to go back to France again, which won't be an issue.
There you go.
What?
Maybe you'd have a new channel called The World Through My Lens.
The World Through My Lens. There you go. $5. Thank you for the super chat, Mark. Appreciate it. First donation for matching Through My Lens tattoos. We should get Through My Lens tattoos. There you go, Pops.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that right away.
It'll be awesome. We can have a matching tattoo.
Done.
Oh man.
On our face.
Yep. Nice billboard. I've never been a tattoo person. I always I contemplated it when I was younger, but I never got one, and so don't have any tattoos now. Pops always says that, he has tattoos, just can't see them. Watching from Denmark, you use a lot of your videos as inspiration for the road trips. Awesome. That's so great. Let's see. Hearing your voice normally compared to the voice is great. I do think I talk a little bit different on the voiceovers. I've had people say that to me. I don't know why. It's not intentional at all. It's just, I guess I go into the voiceover mode and I get in a little bit more, my voice a different way. So not intentional, but I have heard people say that.
Did we tell you the story when we were in...
Someone wants to know if you like teaching.
I will tell you 1 second. We were in Yellowstone, and we're walking along, and someone behind us says, "I know that voice." And they run up, and it was like, "You're from the video, Josh."
You want another drink? I'm going to drink. Tell them about your teaching. What do you want?
Yeah. Another Diet Coke or something's good, yeah. No, teaching, yeah. I'm a special ed prof. I love my job. I love talking about people with disabilities, trying to open things up. I just had a sabbatical, and I'm writing about social change relative to inclusion and getting people with disabilities to be invited to friendship and that kind of thing. So that's kind of my teaching. I've been a professor now for, my gosh, 36 years. So.
What, do you like history, Pops? It's like a new thing for you, right?
I like history. I like particularly when I'm looking at something traveling with Josh. You can go places I remember the light came on with me. It's not necessarily history. The first time we went to Florida, the big swamp,
Everglades.
Everglades. We went to Everglades, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I'm not really impressed with what I'm seeing necessarily. But then I started to read about it and found out this place is fascinating, and the history is incredible. And I wish I'd read the book about that before I went. But now I'm much more on top of what I'm seeing, which really makes it come to life for me a lot more.
Someone asked what I was drinking. I remember I seen that come through, but I like Spindrift. It's like juice with water. And I found this pineapple one on Amazon, and I'm super into it. It's really
He drinks
good.
that when he can't get the stuff from New York.
Oh yeah, I mean I have that in there. I should have grabbed that. I wasn't thinking. I went to New York last year, and my buddy got me into the vanilla seltzer water. I mean, all we drink is seltzer water. I'm not like a soda person, and I literally ship that to myself now because
What's
I
the
like
brand?
it so much. Hal's vanilla. So if anyone that's watching from Hal's and just wants to start me on like a monthly shipment, I will take it because I love that stuff. All right. What was your favorite Texas barbecue spot, Pops? Do you remember?
Oh man,
Was it Goldie's? Is that what your favorite
I
was?
mean, there's different places have different things that are really strong, but Goldie's, I can remember picking up a rib. We were just going to taste them, picking up a rib and taking a bite, and like, how do I even describe this? It's so different level, you know. So Goldie's at that time, I think, was my favorite.
Yeah, so yeah, it's Goldie. I mean, we made a whole video of our favorite rib and our favorite brisket and our favorite all of this.
Depending
But
upon what it was, even sides, favorite sides.
yeah, we got some people stepping up. Greetings from Simi Valley. Greetings from New York. What's
Sweet.
up? What's up? Thanks for stopping by. I'm still skipping ahead a lot, so if you missed questions, let me know or just put it in again, and we'll make sure we get to it. What's your favorite state of the 13 on Lincoln? That's a good question. What's your favorite state on Lincoln Highway? If we're talking about straight Lincoln Highway history or favorite state?
If you're talking about straight Lincoln Highway history, there was two for me. One was Western Pennsylvania. They do a really good job. But I loved a lot of the things in Wyoming. There's a huge Lincoln statue. I love the old Virginian Hotel. I have a video about that, which was where the guy who wrote the first cowboy novel kind of did a lot of his work in that area. So those are probably my top two off the top of my head.
Yeah, Wyoming is very boring to drive through on the Lincoln Highway outside of the main stops. Like, there's huge stretches where it's beautiful to drive through, but there's literally nothing to stop at. It's just huge stretches. But the things that there are to stop at there are great. So that's a lot of fun to see. And then, I mean, I would think like probably what Pop said, like going through Pennsylvania was probably one of the best because you have all the interesting history that people drove the Lincoln Highway for, like going to Gettysburg. It's like they talk about how, you know, they rooted it near Valley Forge and near Gettysburg because those were things that people wanted to visit when they were starting to do these kind of road trips and travels that wasn't a part of American culture. And so to have the Lincoln Highway history there, which they have, and then to also be going to past these places like Gettysburg, I thought that was just a really cool part of the trip.
I hope to do a video in the future on the history of the Lincoln Highway, and it's fascinating how that route developed. I mean, why do you have 5 miles of West Virginia, for example? But in other ways, kind of the route developed. People were clever in the things they did.
Well, I saw a lot of super chats come in, so we will get to those. So thank you for everybody giving super chats. That's so kind of you. So I see them coming in. We will definitely get to them quickly. But how can you preserve these videos? Yeah. So like I don't know if I talked about this before, but the whole reason we did Route 66 in the beginning was not to set up any YouTube channel or whatever. And I even say it in the beginning of the Route 66 video. I say that this is my kind of
a snapshot.
Yeah, like my way to preserve the history. It's like it'll never look that way again. That was pre-COVID, so I don't even know what it looks like now, but it has to be different than it was pre-COVID. And so just trying to kind of be like, for future generations, this is what Route 66 looked at this one period of time. Same with Lincoln Highway. It's like, this is what Lincoln Highway looked like at this one point in time. It'll never look like that again. Didn't look like that the year before. It won't look like the year after. But for that period of time, that's what it looked like. And that's why we try, when we go on these history ones, we try to cover so much. Like we try to cover everything we can possibly cover because that's our way of preserving some of these places. So that's like how we kind of go into
and it's a cool way to think about making a video. You know, I mean, it's not just let's make something everybody's click on and we can make money, but it's kind of like let's try to preserve something. You know.
Mark, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Greeting from Area 51. Hopefully you're
Man.
not stuck in there. Hey, everybody, press that like button. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, definitely give us a like. I saw somebody, it showed up on my thing. It said some my kids came on and someone clicked the dislike and then it changed to like. So hopefully that meant that you were disliking my children. But greetings from Area 51.
Could very earlier be me.
That also could have been a mention of the time that you got abducted by aliens. That could have
was-
been why he said the greetings
That was
from Area 51
frightening. That was frightening.
on the extraterrestrial highway.
Yeah.
When are you going international? We're going to the UK soon, so we're gonna have some international stuff
I've done
there.
a bunch of international stuff already.
Have you been in North Shore in Minnesota? We have a full 3-day road
beautiful.
trip on that. Check
It's
it out.
beautiful.
It's like an hour, and it was incredible. All the waterfalls. We got to go right after they had a bunch of rain, so
Which
the
was-
waterfalls are incredible.
Even the locals were saying we never see waterfalls like this.
Can you do Benton? If we cross paths through there, we will definitely do it.
Don't know what that is.
Myrtle Beach to Charleston would be a great trip. We'll have to look like come to Isle of Skye. I'm so excited about Isle of Skye, that's for sure. Any plans on visiting Hawaii soon? Not at the moment, but I do really want to go back there and do some more. Maui was incredible with the road to Hana. And when we go to American Samoa, you have to fly to Hawaii, and then there's 2 flights a week that go from Hawaii to American Samoa. So a good chance that we'll spend some time in Hawaii when we go out to American Samoa. Any plans to go to Indonesia? Hello from Indonesia. Thanks for stopping by. I would absolutely love to go there.
I would love to go to Indonesia.
Greetings from Germany. Do you have any ideas for the North State, in North Dakota? I've really never been to North Dakota, so I got nothing up there. That's on our list to travel and to do a video. We loved South Dakota so much.
So much.
And I mean, but if you go from South Dakota, you go up to do the North Shore like we were talking about earlier. I mean, that's an amazing place to go.
Josh does have some stuff about Montana, but
Yeah. Julian pies. Oh yeah. Julian's apple pie is incredible. That's definitely one of my favorite. Do you plan to see more of Alaska? I mean, Pops would go live up there if he had a chance.
oh my gosh.
Not at the moment, but I mean, Pop's always trying to talk about, hey, let's go to Alaska again. Let's go to Alaska again. And it's like, I would absolutely love to, but I'm in the place in my life where it's like, I want to see as much as I possibly can. And so, I mean, I'm not as motivated to go back to somewhere, even though I would go back to Alaska in a heartbeat. I don't know when we'll get back there again, just because there's so much cool stuff to see. Let's see. Beach to the right, Poconos to the left, New York City in front, Philly behind. What's not to love?
Poconos
There
are
you go.
gorgeous in the fall.
Very considered going to the south of Brazil. I would love to go there.
I almost got to Brazil once, and then I got injured and couldn't go.
I mean, like that. I mean, one of the loftiest goals ever is to go to the 7 wonders of the world or whatever. So I mean, it'd be awesome to go there and even just to see the beaches and Christ the Redeemer statue and everything. Let's see, lots of trails and good lookouts to enjoy. That's talking about Brazil. Yeah, I know that'd be awesome. I would love to go there. Let's see, North Coast in Scotland. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. North Coast in Scotland. North Coast 500. Super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Have you guys ever been to the North Shore of Lake Superior in Minnesota? We have. I mean, I'm apparently it's not sending it out to people, but go check out the channel. We did like literally like an entire hour video on the North Shore.
So beautiful.
And Pops even has a part where he sings
That's right.
"We Will Rock You" at the end. Got to stick around to see that.
Right. That Lake Superior is like a freaking ocean. It's so huge.
Yeah, that was. I mean, we both talked about how cool it would have been to just go around the entire lake, because we did that, and then we followed it when we went down to Michigan as well,
Upper
and
Peninsula.
yeah, in the Upper Peninsula. Let's see, how much does a typical domestic trip cost? I mean, that totally depends on what we're doing, where we're going. Usually, I try to find a hotel that's around $100, $150 a night. I usually try to get the cheapest rental car I can that Pops can fit in. I usually use points to book airline flights. So I mean, those things take the cost down a lot, but it just totally depends on where we're going.
But I mean, Josh does a great job scouting this out. There's some hotels that if you're in an area, you just got to go there because they're historic or something unique about them.
Yeah, we try
They're
to do that.
haunted.
Haunted hotels. We love our haunted hotels, that's for sure. Lewis and Clark. Do Lewis and Clark. Okay, that's another vote for Lewis and Clark. You would probably love that, doing
I would.
reading about Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, I'd have to come up to speed on that.
Would love to see a video with Traveling Robert. We always talk about
great to
crossing
meet
paths
him.
with them again. That would be so cool. If you're interested in the Beatles, we gotta go to. I mean, Pops is a huge Beatles fan, so I think you could make a whole video on New
Supposedly
England
some
about.
incredibly epic museum, Beatles museum there.
Yeah, I think in like Liverpool or something.
Yeah, in Liverpool, I think it is.
The Dover's Inn in Highland, Scotland is supposedly haunted. Heck yes. My daughter would like to know what your favorite animal is you've seen on your road trips.
Boy.
Hello,
that's a good
Helen.
question.
Thanks for the question. That's a great question.
Yeah, Helen, boy.
I mean, the first thing that comes out to me is that when we drove the Alaska highway, we saw so many animals, and we saw so many bears along the side of the road. Being able to see bears along the side of the road was just so cool. There's one part where we pulled off, and there was literally just like a grizzly, and he was playing with a flower on the side of the road, and like doing that's probably the one that I remember the most.
I think once again in Alaska, maybe the moose, but also in Alaska, the whales were really cool. But there's a video. Sorry, I keep plugging my own channel. But
Man, whose channel are you on right now?
That's right. At my channel, I just put up a video that's called Capi Cafe. And in Vietnam, there's this coffee house that has capybaras that you can play with. So that might be fun for Helen to watch.
Egg Pop, somebody says yes to egg coffee.
All right, Jonathan.
So you actually thought the egg coffee was good, even the raw egg
It was
coffee?
fabulous. It's so creamy, the way that they do it.
When are you having a meet and greet? Would love to do that in the future. I need to get better at my planning, as you can tell by this video.
Route 66 might be a
That'd
good time to
do a
next
Chicago meetup or something, at the
Yeah,
Bean or
somewhere.
something. Get some Garrett's popcorn. We can all just hang out by the Bean.
There we go.
Any plans for Desert X? I really do hope to get there before we leave for Europe, so we'll see. I've done it every year, so I definitely would love to get there. Let's see. I heard Utah barely drink coffee. The drink is mixed with cream. Something with the Mormon. Yeah, what's so crazy is when you go into Utah, like we always stop by these drive-through coffee places, but when you get into Utah, they have Sips. Remember, which is did you go there with me or did I go by myself? Where they have the drive-through soda place with all the crazy soda flavors.
Yeah, we did that together.
Yeah, that was kind of fun going into.
One of the craziest
Utah.
ones we discovered was coffee mixed with lemonade, and it sounds,
Oh, it was actually
what?
good. Yeah,
You like
can't
thinking,
remember where
but
that
if
was
you
at.
try it, I actually was hooked on it for a while.
I love your logo. Are you selling merch? I have a hat that has the logo on it, but that's the only thing I have right now. That's on the list to make like more merch. Like in this video that's coming up on the Gulf Coast, there's this whole comments me and Pops make where I'm going to the aquarium. He doesn't want to go with me, and I say that Pops hates fish. And he really thinks that everybody actually thinks that he hates fish. So he makes a point to clarify later that he doesn't actually hate fish, in case people thought of that. And I was like, man, I just want to get a big shirt that says Pops hates fish on it or something and wear around. So yeah, I mean, that's why I don't make merch, because that would probably be a horrible idea. But let's see, what do we got? There's so many. We got a super chat from Happify, and thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much.
How many more national parks do you have left to visit? I have 12 or 13. I have this cool thing. It's gonna be flipped because I think oh no, it's not flipped right now.
You know,
But-
anybody can buy one of these things and put stickers in them and
Yeah.
claim to have been there. You know,
I have this thing that I got. It was like on TikTok Shop or something. I don't even remember where I got it, but I love it because I can use little stickers of the trees and that you can put in there, and so those are the ones that I have left right there. And like I've been to a couple of them. Like I didn't specifically put one in. We drove through Guadalupe and some of these other ones, but I want to make a Great Basin. I want to make sure that like I actually get a chance to fully experience them if I check them off. So that's my thing that I use to track them. Oh, there you go. There's your shout out. If anybody wants to know what it is, it's apparently from that company. I have no affiliation with them, but I do like my cool map. All right. Any places that you haven't been to yet that are on the top of your wish list? Pops, you got any places that you've been really wanting to go?
Patagonia.
Oh, someone talked about that.
I want to get there so bad. I got to figure I can save my pennies and maybe I can pay for a trip for a change for Josh to go. And
You should
That
work
would
on
be
your
amazing.
walking more than your pennies, I think, because in Patagonia you're gonna want to do a lot of hiking.
walking versus pennies.
Yeah, you gotta get as in shape as you possibly can. We could do like 60, 70 miles when we go to Patagonia.
I have a different route.
Yeah, you get the route where you get carried or something.
Or have a horse.
Let's see. How much is it? Thank you again. And second super chat. I'm sorry I didn't get to that question earlier, but yes, thank you so much. I try to do cost breakdowns for the bigger trips. So like, you go to the Alaska one, I have a cost breakdown for the Alaska National Parks. I have a cost breakdown for Route 66. I don't know if I've done. I think I did one for Virgin Islands. Like I do try like to do cost associated stuff when I can, but everything is so different. But we do try to like, you know, if there's a museum and it's going to cost $15 or something, like we always pay for it because who knows when you're going to be back to these places again, and so that can add a lot to the cost. Where like for some people, they're not going to see 7 museums on the trip like, you know, Pops and I will, so that can bring it back down a little bit. Your Mardi Gras necklace on the door. Yeah, I got that. I caught that on my my Pops is so jealous of my big catch. It was right at the end of the night, and I got this amazing.
When you watch the
Look at
videos
this.
about the Mardi Gras, you'll find out who had the most necklaces.
Yeah, so I caught that right at the very end.
Wow.
I wanted to hang it up on there.
It was actually $5 at a store. He
And
bought
actually,
it.
I have this
bought
one
it in
too. I thought it was
California.
cool because this was from the Green River in Chicago, which was something that was high on my list, and so I saved that one as well.
Yeah, if you go to Pick and Save, you can buy one of those necklaces.
Hey, nobody knows what Pick and Save is.
And
You're
then
dating
you can,
yourself now.
And then you can kind of claim to have caught it, you know.
And
So.
that I don't keep a lot of stuff, but I kept that just to remember the times I beat Pops in the bead collection. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Inspire us to visit every U.S. national park. We've done Shenandoah. We're doing Everglades. That's so awesome. Yeah, definitely start a channel. I mean, if for anything, like whenever anybody talks about starting a channel, it's like, you know, you can obviously start a channel and try to make it a business, but you can also start a channel to develop your own abilities to tell stories, to develop your own abilities to edit, but also to like preserve your memories. I mean, to me, there's nothing cooler than being able to watch back some of these old trips and be able to kind of preserve some of these things for myself.
Oh, if you're going to go to Everglades, I'm going to make sure I get the title of this book right. So hang out for 1 second. It'll really help you to enjoy the Everglades. I think it's called Sea of Grass, but let me look real quick. Go ahead.
Sea of Grass. I think it was like, what was that called? I don't remember.
A River
Oh,
of Grass.
yeah, someone just asked that. What is the Everglades book? When did you graduate from UI, Pops?
I got my doc in 89.
89. There you go. They waited in line for hours for Texas barbecues. We wait. I saw this. Huh? You can just say what it is. It's probably going to be hard to get it to focus. Rivers of Grass.
It's called Everglades River of Glass by Marjorie
River of
Stoneman
Grass.
Douglas. River of Grass.
There you go. We waited in line. Yeah, I saw this video pop up for me. Like, I love watching back my old videos because I love remembering these places, and I don't feel like I have a great memory. But I watched the video of Pops and I going to I see, great memory. What was the one that we with Miss Tootsie? What was that one called? Oh, Snows. We went to Snows and we got up at 3:30 in the morning to go get in line for barbecue, and we didn't get through the door until like 8:15.
It was like 9.
Yeah, 9. I mean,
But the thing is that it turned out that was one of the things we really enjoyed, because you're not just a bunch of locals. You got people from all over the world literally waiting in line. So you're having great conversations, and the
It was
4
fun.
hours went quickly. It really did.
that was one of the cool things, is that barbecue is like such a part of culture in Texas that we just had a great time like hanging out with people while we were waiting for barbecue. So it's one thing to be like, oh, wait 4 hours for barbecue. It's like, okay, I don't want to do that. But you start bringing it into like, okay, the barbecue's amazing. Some of the best you ever had, but you also get to have these cool
Conversations.
interactions with people, and it was a lot of
People's
fun.
favorites. And
Tried Copper Top Barbecue on. That's definitely one of my favorites in California. You remember that on 395?
Yep, but I think Heritage is better now.
Oh yeah, Heritage is very good. So if you're in Southern California, check out Heritage.
Where's that?
San Juan Capistrano, and there's one
Well,
in Escondido or something
Yeah,
too.
yeah, down there.
Yeah, I mean that's the place from the people from Snows told us to go to Heritage. So in
People
Texas,
from Snows were wearing hats from Heritage Barbecue.
that's how good it's supposed to be. Do you ever get sick of sitting in the car? Oh, for sure. I mean, if you're doing as much as we're doing, you definitely get sick of sitting in the car, but it's not that bad.
But we've gotten into the Bobaverse books, and so it's almost like I'm ready to get back in, hear what's happening next with the Bobaverse.
Yeah, we definitely love our audiobooks. I live in the Peak District, lovely place for your road trip. Is that? I don't know. I'll have to look at where that's at. That's awesome. Greetings from the Great White North. I love your channel. I have created a custom map, an online game GeoGuessr called Through My Lens with over 2,500 locations from play. That's awesome.
That's incredible.
I'll have to go send us a link to that, however that works.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I also, like, in case anybody doesn't know too, I have a map of like every video. So like every video location, like obviously Lincoln Highway doesn't have like every place we stopped at, but it's like a big map and you can kind of browse the map and you can see the video. So I can leave a link to that in the description as well. House on the Rocks in Wisconsin, have not done that. You guys sell merchandise? I'm hoping to get into that maybe this summer. All I have is a hat right now. I can link to that in the description when I put it up.
I was thinking of having an auction for Josh's beads here.
Yeah, put it to a good cause. I'm in. Thank you, Deb, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Do you think that bologna is hot dog pancakes? I mean,
I am not.
That's
opposed,
pretty
I am
true.
not opposed to getting grilled bologna sandwiches. I've got.
You get them lots of times on the videos.
Yes, I have.
I love to see you explore more of Northern California, Redding, Trinity. So yeah, go to my California channel because I do have a lot of content on there. Like the Siskiyou County area, I've been to a ton of times. Done basically all the waterfalls and stuff in that area, and I hiked Mount Shasta with my wife, so you can see all that on the California channel. Haven't done Crater Lake. We drove through there, my wife and I, one time, but it's not checked off on my national parks map because I mean I was only in there on a road trip for probably 3 or 4 hours, and so I definitely have to go up and spend more time there. Would love to come to Australia. That's huge on my list. Hi from the UK. Hail from Southern California. I mean South Carolina. Let's see. Hey, happy birthday, Wendy. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us on your birthday.
Happy birthday again, Wendy.
Happy birthday. We'll have some lemon old-fashioned donut in your honor after this. Is there any U.S. state you haven't visited? Pops was trying to figure that out for himself last time.
For me, it's only North Dakota now.
Yeah, because you checked off Mississippi
Checked off Mississippi and Alabama.
And Louisiana. You said you hadn't been to.
And Louisiana, that's true. Yeah.
On the last one.
I got to say about Louisiana too. I want to be honest. I did a complete 180 on New Orleans. Didn't want anything to do with New Orleans. Everything I'd heard about it. Went to New Orleans. I've done a complete 180. I think New Orleans is cool.
Yeah, because we went to the World War II museum there, and it's by far one of the best museums in the whole world.
Around there. I mean, you can avoid a lot of the goofy stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to go to Bourbon Street, but you can see we had to eat the beignets. We got to have that amazing bananas Foster. We were only there for like 8 hours. Mm-hmm. That's a cool one. Have you ever done the Canadian Rockies, like Banff or Lake Louise? We drove the Icefields Parkway. You can see that on the channel when we came back from Alaska. We spent almost no time in Banff. We basically saw it and left.
You could hardly see anything when we were there.
California to Alaska, I'm not sure if you can handle the cold. We did it in the summer, so I don't think we can handle the cold either.
I want to try it.
I want to
try at least maybe a couple of weeks in Alaska in the winter, see if I could do it.
Love your Oregon video. Took us back to our honeymoon. We drove. Yeah, I mean that Oregon coast is just so incredible. I want to do that with Pops again because me and Amy did it a long time ago, and I made like a really pretty bad video about it. But I would love to go back and do that again because that area is just so incredible. Son, Pops, you said your bucket list like Patagonia. I would love to do. I mean, I love to do the Inca Trail like Amy was talking about doing. I'd love to just spend a lot more time in Europe and seeing a lot of the places that are over there. I mean, me and Amy did the Camino de Santiago, the walk. I'd love to do that again, especially with like even the kids or something like that would be a lot of fun. Basically, I'll go anywhere anyone wants to see because I'm so excited about finding something exciting in like everywhere we go. So
I've always been intrigued by the nation of Chile too. Because that's that long strip, like almost like the length of California, maybe more along the west coast there. I don't know anything at all about it, but I've always been intrigued by it because you got the mountains right there. So yeah. Do you have any bucket lists left in like the United States, or is all your or Canada or something, or is? I mean, I try to think about that too. It's like in the United States, I don't know. I mean, probably the rest of the national parks would be on my bucket list, but. I don't know if I have a lot of other ones. I mean, I've gone to Yellowknife and seen the Northern Lights and driven British Columbia, I've been in some cities in the east, but I don't know. There'd probably be lots of central Canada I'd like to see. I think it'd be really beautiful.
I watched your Niagara Falls video, walked across the border. Yeah, I mean, we had a blast with that. I love Niagara Falls area, especially the Canada side. It's super fun for a couple of days, like really touristy, but I think it could be super fun. Trip to Ireland should be on the bucket list. I've actually looked at driving the coastline of Ireland because that's like 1,000 or so miles, and I think that'd be just an epic road trip to do. I spent a couple weeks in Ireland when I was younger. I absolutely loved it, so I would love to be able to spend more time there. I guess what high on my bucket list would be go to Iceland and drive around the ring road too, like spend 2 weeks doing the entirety of Iceland. So
I've been to Northern Ireland and I thought it was fascinating.
enjoyed St. Patrick's Day video. Thank you. That one was so crazy. Like I knew I had to get that up the next day because it was they did the thing on Saturday. St. Patrick's Day was on Monday, and I knew if I waited an entire week that people wouldn't care. And so I literally I did all the St. Patrick's Day stuff in the morning, came back to the hotel and edited, went back out, did more stuff, came back to the hotel, finished the edit. It was like 1 a.m. I put it up, it posted the next morning, and then I immediately got on the train and came back to California. And it ended up being really cool because people were like, "How'd you get this up so fast?" This is literally yesterday. And I was like, "Yep, I just edited the whole day in the hotel."
Back to the bucket list, I think Colorado. I've never really spent as much time as I'd like in Colorado.
There you go. And there's 4 national parks to see there. How do you film when it's always comes out as a blur when I try it with my Osmo or I mean, I do it with my phone all the time. I'll put my phone, like if I'll just even hold it out the window when I'm doing it. Or, I mean, I'll film through the windows too. Just got to get really close to the window so it doesn't like focus on like the dirtiness or whatever. But I mean, I don't usually have too much trouble with
One of
filming
my
it.
jobs is every time we stop for gas to clean the window too.
Yeah, he definitely
I think
does
I should
that.
take credit for
You
the,
should. No, that's probably
for
why.
the clear window videos.
Europe, what did I miss? We're gonna go to Europe in the next couple of months. We're gonna be over there doing some road trips. And same with this. We've been in London, UK. One thing you should do. No, but we're going there soon, and we'll have a lot of videos on the channel soon. So I haven't been to London in probably 15 years. So 400 castles in Wales. Heck yes, that would be amazing. Love you've been watching since COVID. Wow. Well, thank you, Martha, for watching us. Really appreciate it. Are you still munching on dots? If you were I have a co-working space. If you were down there, I have a huge bag of honey mustard dots right next to my desk. Do you still eat dots, pretzels, pops?
Occasionally.
If you see them at the gas station.
Maybe.
I drove to Albuquerque to North Cascades. That's a long drive too, and it was on fire. Yeah, I tried to go there last year, and there was a fire. I wasn't able to go to. Let's see. Love that way of tracking all the national parks visited. Yeah, I love my little map thing. Let's see. Might have seen you taking the northern route of Lincoln Highway through Auburn. No, that's awesome. Well, we were definitely there, so feel free to come up and say hi to us. People say hi to us all the time, and we love chatting with people.
It's fun.
Pops, plug your channel. I have it pinned at the very top of the comments. It's Pops Travel and Hiking.
My videos are all real short, generally speaking. A long one for me is like I put up today is like 7 minutes, but usually like 2-3 minutes, and they usually go up every Sunday at noon.
You two are two of my favorite travel channel peeps. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hey guys, your videos inspired me to put together my own travel channel.
Cool.
I'm very close to being monetized. Dad Blog
Well
California.
done.
We'll check
What's
it.
called Dad Blog.
Be sure to write a comment on the actual video so that we can
Find you.
go check it out and subscribe.
Yeah, awesome.
Hobbs, how long did it take you to get your first 1,000 subscribers? You've been doing this for two years and still at 592.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing helps is if you have someone like Josh right next to you here. I think I basically started seriously last January. I probably hit my 1,000 and 4,000 hours, for monetization probably in October. So it took me like 10 months to hit that mark. And then right away, I was, you need to earn with the advertising $100 before they pay you. And I think I got my first $100 check in based on what happened in October. So
And you've had a couple videos that like outside of me, you had a video on like Homer, Alaska that did really well for you, and you had a video on the Philippines that did really well
I've
for
done
you.
three of my top videos are ones I've done in the Philippines. I got to pull out a few more of those.
Yeah, so
the Philippines is fascinating. I really enjoyed my time there.
yeah, a lot of YouTube is luck with the algorithm. It's like continuing to get better at making videos, but it's also like you put something up, like you put up a video in Manila, and it just did really way outside of the realm. And it was like I didn't promote it or anything. It was literally just the algorithm picked it up, and so you get something like that, and it definitely helps you with
And
your
for
growing.
like a minute, 25% of my followers were from the Philippines. So
Yeah.
that was just crazy.
Will a Gulf Coast video come out 2 or 3 weeks from now, something like that? I think I have it scheduled for.
Jammed so much into that.
It's a really fun
Crazy.
video. I really like that one. I think that that one in the Tampa video is really fun too. We got to do a lot of cool stuff, but I think that the interactions and stuff in the Tampa video and the Gulf Coast video are a lot of fun.
I think one of the most fun things is how shocked we both were with the Mobile Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I mean,
It
like
was so much fun.
we literally in that video started with we were swimming with the manatees the first day, and then we celebrated Mardi Gras. We drove the coast. We went to the place that Truman Show was filmed. We went into the
through a swamp. Saw
yeah,
alligators.
we saw alligators in the swamp. Took a boat. We went into caves. We saw the tallest waterfall in Florida, which like goes into a sinkhole. I mean, that was a
many
cool
fun
trip
things.
in
It
a lot
was.
in that short period of
A
time.
lot of very eclectic kind of different things.
Yeah, it was 5 days that we drove the Gulf Coast, and we definitely did a lot.
And the Gulf Coast is beautiful too.
Somebody remembers Pick and Save. I told you.
Yeah, see,
What you got one?
I get judged. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there you go. I'm in the over 60 club with Pops. I know a Pick and Save, and they even spelled it correctly too. They remember Pick and Save too, Pops.
Yeah. It's so funny. I remember interviews with the CEO, and he said, "People come to my store to see what's there. They have nothing particular in mind, just to see what's there."
Hey, yeah, we met in Riverside. You came and said hi during lunch. Yeah, hello. That was good to meet you. That was a couple years ago now. Hello from Yale Law School. Wow. That's amazing.
What's an intelligent person like you doing watching
Yeah,
us?
don't watch us, man. We'll bring your IQ down. Just sub to Pops. There you go, Pops.
Thank you, Patty. Thank
Pops,
you.
look, Pops, you're at 8.55. You got like 50 new subscribers
That's
or something today.
fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, it's like I love your channels and Pops corny jokes. I love your corny jokes too, Pops.
They're corny?
Let's see. The Peak District is gorgeous. The village of Castleton is so pretty. All right, cool. I'm gonna have to look through this chat again and see the different things that y'all are suggesting. So what I can do for my planning. I have honestly like I'm super interested in how it is to drive around England as well. Like if it's the same kind of vibe of driving around as it is in the United States, or if it's like a lot more condensed to the things that you see and everything. So I'm like just excited to have almost like a road trip culture shock by getting to go do a cool road trip in another country. I'd like to go on a hike someday, Josh. There you go. We'll have to do a hike meetup. Love your videos. Keep on traveling. Thank you. The War Museum in Kansas City is amazing. You guys are awesome. Super chat, Pops. I love the work you do with disabled, and I need to clone you. Ah, there you go. Get some clones of Pops.
Yeah.
I don't know if the world can handle more than one of you.
Probably not. But yeah, that's been the passion of my life.
He's definitely done a lot of that, and he's traveled all over the world for his own speaking because talking about how to help people with disabilities and stuff. So I mean, he's definitely very accomplished in that niche.
I've spoken about disability issues in 21 countries.
Look at that. That's incredible. Would you ever consider doing the Appalachian Trail? I don't think so. When we did some hikes on that in the Shenandoah, it was, remember how craggy and stuff it was?
Yeah.
It's like the hikes. I just remember the trail. It's like in California, I'm just used to like flat dirt trail everywhere, and you have some rock steps, and you go to Shenandoah and it was uneven and you're like rolling your ankle and everything. I can't imagine.
Remember we met a couple of guys who were doing it.
They were doing it,
They
yeah.
were correct.
Yeah, it definitely would be cool. Like I think in a different life it would have been cool to do like that super long distance type traveling, but at this stage of my life I don't think I'll be doing any Appalachian Trail. Visiting Shenandoah and New River Gorge in this first week, second week of May. Cool. And that's awesome. Yeah, so many cool national parks. That's a lot to visit in that time period too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You need to go to St. Augustine. I know. I was really hoping to start my Gulf Coast video from St. Augustine, but just because I really wanted to go there myself, but we didn't get there on this one.
been there like 40 years ago or something.
Let's see. Oh, from Gras. As soon as I was done with the Lincoln Highway video, my aunt and I immediately went to Kovacs. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. He's bringing back some Lincoln Highway joy. All right, I think we're almost getting to the end. So if you have any last questions, just let us know. Let's see. My husband is taking customers, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Takes about three planes to get there. Wow, that's crazy.
Where is Anta?
Oh, it's in Chile, it looks like.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Do you say yes? I took the California Zephyr from Chicago to California. It was epic. I loved it. There were so many incredible views. There was snowy. We were actually early, 52-hour train. We were early, so it was definitely a good experience. I don't know how it would be if anybody else did it. And literally, the train that left from California going the day after I got back, they had like a 42-hour delay or something because of a blizzard in Nebraska, and so they had to get everybody off the train. They had to go stay somewhere, and then the next day they had to catch it. It was literally like 42 hours of delays. So I was 30 minutes early. My experience was fantastic. Yeah, I would definitely consider North Cascades National Park. That's one of my favorite places. I mean, the national parks are one of my favorite places, and I love Pacific Northwest, so I'm really excited about going up there. Can you drive all of I-90? I don't know where I-90 is. Do you know where I-90 is? I'll have to look that up. Oh, Pops, is Kyle from Patreon. What's up, Kyle? And remember, they got the Pops Yeti stuffy. Remember, Kyle, when we were talking to him on the Zoom chat?
Yeah, I got
Look at his kids' school photo was with the Pops Yeti stuffy.
Awesome,
man! You're inspiring the future generations,
man,
Pops, as well.
It makes me happy. It makes me smile.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm killing your daughter's name. Lyra,
I think.
Awesome. Hi, Lyra, if you're watching.
What's up, Lyra?
Hello.
Pops Yeti is way cooler than Pops in real life, though, you know?
No argument.
And traveling Robert's planning to go to England, I'm going to have to hit him up. Everybody, it always seems like YouTubers have like a hive mind or something. It's like I don't even talk to anybody. And then like a bunch of people were in Alaska at the same time we were in Alaska and England and stuff. So maybe there's just this like, you know, we're all kind of connected somehow. When did this start? I didn't get notified. Well, it started at noon. Bummer. I always like, I don't know how the notification stuff worked, but people always say that they didn't see it pop up. So just sub to Pops Hiking. There you go, Pops. You're getting more subs. Look at you.
Thank you, Georgia.
Have you ever considered taking a boat tour through Hell's Canyon on the Snake River? No idea what that even is, but I'm in. I will consider it now.
Amazing.
Have you been anywhere in your travels that felt unsafe? Pops, have you ever been anywhere that felt unsafe?
With you?
Yeah, I guess. I don't really think so. I think
I've driven through some cities on my own at times that I felt very unsafe, but I can't remember a time with you specifically.
I remember one time when I was younger, this was not for travel, but I remember we got into Newark, New Jersey really late at night. And it was probably, I don't know, 2:00 in the morning. And we were driving and we stopped at this red light in the middle of Newark, New Jersey. And these people started walking up to our car, and Pops just immediately went right through the red light. We were like, we're not, no idea whether there was any issues at all, but we weren't going to wait around to find out. That's the only thing I can ever remember when that pulls up. When you decide on your next spot to travel, do you have a list to go through? I mean, we kind of create these lists of road trips and stuff like that are on the, so I have a huge list of all the places I want to see in California and all the road trips we want to go on. And we kind of just see how much time we have and, you know, where we can get to and what's the weather like, things like that. But yeah, I mean, the list just keeps growing. I mean, even the list for California, it's like I've traveled California for a decade and I still have 100 things I'd like to do in California. So always a lot of stuff to do.
I'm still thinking unsafe, and evenings in San Salvador were dicey. So
yeah, I don't know anything about that. I wasn't there with you on that one.
No, you weren't.
Monterey, California, thanks for spending your Sunday with us. We appreciate it. You guys are the best and inspiration for my channel, Postcardographer.
Postcardographer. That's fun.
Hey, anybody who has a channel that wants us to check it out, leave it in the comments. Say like, hey, here's my channel, and then I'll go back through and check out some of these channels that y'all have. So like, comment on the actual video though, because it's hard to find it in this chat after it's over. I might be getting a job that allow me to travel California a lot. I hope to run into you. That's awesome. California is incredible. I mean, like
Really
I came. There's just you can do everything in California. There's so much cool stuff to do here. Hello from Chico. What's up? We drove through Chico a couple years ago and we got went to that brewery for dinner. That place is
That one
awesome.
there, right below that one.
Pops Clones.
A new hashtag.
Hashtag Pops Clones. My favorite videos is Rim to Rim. Heck yes, that was an
That
incredible
was
hike.
brutal.
Yeah, my buddy dipping pizza into black coffee before we went on the hike. And then he did the whole hike in like 8.5 hours.
He was a beast.
Another YouTube creator. What's up? What's up? That's awesome. In Vegas. That's really cool. I would love to go to Wisconsin. I talked to some people in Wisconsin one time who were telling me, have been showing me all these waterfalls and everything. It's just like one of those places I never even knew had so much beauty. So I would definitely love to do that. Hey Pops, there's new subscriber, also works in special education.
Awesome. 61 Caddy on Route 66. I love that name. That's awesome.
I'm excited for my South Dakota trip. Heck yes, we love,
I love
South Dakota.
South Dakota was so nice.
It was incredible. Pops, outstanding for your academic passion. They're giving you a fist bump for your academic passion.
Back at you. Thank you.
Pops, what's your favorite place you've ever been to? Go. First thing that came into your head.
First thing always is Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite is amazing.
And then, but internationally, I mean, different places in Africa. I've been to China, parts of China are incredible. Eastern Europe, places I've been. So
Those are all good. Let's see. Super chat. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Love the national park content. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love doing the national park content. I'm excited to finish all the national parks. It's like there's just so much cool stuff to do, and every single one of them has just something unique and incredible to experience. I mean, that's why there's so much beauty in the United States, and to have the only 62 or 63 of them are even designated to be national parks. I mean, you know that those places are going to even have another level of beauty. And so that's definitely one of my passions, is to visit those.
Josh has talked about doing videos on each state, and West Virginia, where you're from, I bet you I would just love West Virginia if I dove deep into it.
Yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, I mean, like we would love to do more national park comment, man. We really appreciate the super chat and the suggestions. Your favorite was Yosemite, obviously, but then your second was Yellowstone, right? Wasn't Yellowstone your second?
Yellowstone. I mean, Wrangell St. Elias, we just saw from an airplane. That's just untouched, incredibly gorgeous wilderness we saw from an airplane. But that was top 2 or 3.
Look at that's the nicest comment I think we ever got. They thanked us in their dissertation.
In your dissertation,
Your videos encouraged me to keep writing so I could get back to traveling. Thanks for making PhD done. Hey,
oh my gosh,
hats off to you. Cheers. We both have doctorates.
We both have done dissertations.
We understand
so
how horrible that can be.
Elena, one of the funniest things I heard about doing a dissertation was like people said it's like a woman having a baby, that at first you're all excited, and after about 8 months you're like, I want this to be over. That's kind of what it was like with the
to have a dissertation.
But
yeah.
Congrats to you.
Congrats. That's incredible. Doctor. Congrats, doctor.
Darn right.
Let's see. I love Lincoln Highway, especially with Pops coming along. Took me back to road trips with my mom. These trips instilled the love of travel and adventuring with me. That's so awesome.
What a legacy from your mother.
Let's see. Outside of the California, where else could you see yourself living? I've actually thought about this a lot, and honestly, like I could live anywhere now. I feel like the more I've traveled, the more I've just found like there's so many cool places, and as long as you're close to an airport, it's like you can fly anywhere you want to go too. So at the moment, I don't know where I would actually live, but I mean, we have family move to Tennessee. It's beautiful out there. We've had family live in Seattle. It's beautiful out there. Probably too much rain for me. We've had people live in DC and Missouri. I mean, there's lots of cool places around.
I think a short list for me would be Flagstaff, Arizona, kind of in northern Arizona.
Yeah.
A bit remote, but you know.
Yeah, you can get down to Phoenix if you need to, or Sedona, or whatever.
Sedona, Grand Canyon, all that stuff.
Everyone go! Oh, please visit Wales. It's beautiful. Hey, send me some information about it. I just started my research, but we're going to be in London for a while.
We were just talking about this the other day about Wales.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, oh, it'd be easy to kind of pop over and see it. So I'd love any information that you have. San Juan Islands are fun to visit when we're in North Cascades. We did that a long time ago with our family before we were making videos, and it was incredibly beautiful over there. You have inspired us on our way to do travels on our own channel. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, again, leave your channel below so we can check it out.
Be adventurous. Interesting.
And they
Thank you for
subscribe to
subscribing.
Chop Pop's channel. Hey, look, Pops, we're from the Philippines. There you go. Maybe they checked out one of your videos too.
Awesome,
Love your
Teresa.
videos.
Fantastic.
Please take the Lewis and Clark Scenic Byway. A lot of people recommending that. You inspired us to go see Buckskin Gulch. That area is so beautiful. Hopefully you can get a wave permit and do both of them at the same time. Let's see. Late to the chat, but I want to share my appreciation for all you do. North Orange County. Thanks for stopping by. What camera gear do you use? I have a video that on my channel. If you just search for Through My Lens camera gear, it's from 2023, but nothing has changed. Like other than that, I have the Osmo Pocket 3, the little gimbal camera. That thing is incredible. I take that with me on all my trips now. I use that with like my camera and my phone. Basically, those three things kind of combine to make all my videos now. So if anybody is getting into like travel now, I highly recommend like travel videos. I highly recommend Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Kit because it comes with a little gimbal camera which shoots great video, and it has a microphone that it comes with, and so you can just kind of turn the mic on, and you can just talk. And we've used it in all sorts of places, like when we're shooting restaurant content and then things are too loud and stuff. And so that's just a cool little camera. But all the rest of the camera gear should basically be the same that's on that video. You need to do rim to rim in 2 days. Daylight makes it much better. I agree 100%. That's what I tell everybody. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do rim to rim. It's like, do it in 2 days. And the only reason why we did it in one was because we had already planned on it, and I didn't think about actually getting a camping spot. And so I'm like, oh, I can get it. No big deal. I looked like 3 months before, and they sell out like a year in advance. And so like, well, we've already been training, so we'll just do it in 1 day now. You had trouble with the fires? We haven't. We're on the other side of Los Angeles, so I mean, we get the smoke, but we haven't had any of that. Is there any place that you've been to that isn't a national park that you wish was one? Pops, we talked about this the other day, and when we were driving, I think we were trying to say which ones were.
Well, a couple things. There's a place in Arizona that I really like. It's called Valley of the Gods. I think Josh does a clip on that. But there's so many places in Alaska. I mean, you can just turn around anywhere in Alaska, and it should be a national park. So
yeah, we've had some ones that we've ran into too, like we've Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore was like really cool. I don't know what the difference between like something becoming like a national park, but that area incredibly beautiful with the hikes and the waterfalls. And I think there's some state parks that we've talked about. I feel like I have a list of this, but I don't. That'd be cool to make a video one day of like the 10 places that should be national parks that we've been to that
people
aren't.
have done that. I've seen those videos.
What's up, Kyle? Took Lyra to Salem this week. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Salem was such a random one for us, but we were just driving up there and we're like, hey, we'll stop there one time and check it out. And we had a lot of fun there. That donut place was super good there. That's the first thing that I remember. But I mean, I love going and seeing the Capitol buildings and everything as well. So that's cool. Thanks, Kyle. It's always good to see you stop by too. When you get back from Europe, get a seat to the right hand because you get amazing views of Greenland. All right, cool. I'll definitely look at that. Love for Michigan. You guys are great. Thank you. We love Michigan. Plans on going to England. We'll be there in a couple months.
Yeah.
Camera conditions for beginners. I just talked about that. Pocket 3 for sure. That's amazing. Camera, especially for like, I mean, even Pops, it's like he could use it. He uses his phone, but I think if he went from phone to the next level, I would go Osmo Pocket 3 for him. When Osmo Pocket 4 comes out, well, he can have the Osmo Pocket 3. He can start using it for all the hand-me-downs.
I'm cool with that.
They have a YouTube channel as well. Yeah, leave all the YouTube channels in the description. I definitely love checking out new channels.
Fantastic, Britt.
And I'm losing my voice. Gotta get through a few more questions. So let's see. Your videos inspired me to take a trip with my dad. I documented the whole trip in photos. I mean, that's basically all we could want, right? Is to get some more father and son adventures, or father and daughter, or mother and daughter, mother and son adventures with.
And if you can travel with, if Josh traveling with me can inspire you, can travel with any dad. I'm a pain in a part of the body.
But yeah, I mean, you'll never I mean, it's like you never know. We talk about this all the time, like not being morbid, but it's like we never know when our last road trip will be. And
it's a finite number.
Yeah, there is an end at some point in time, and to be able to have created so many memories already and continue to create them, and definitely encourage anybody out there, if you're even thinking about doing it, just do it, because you might not get that chance again for sure. come to Lakes Districts in UK. I've heard about how beautiful that is. That's definitely like one of my ones I've noted down that I have to spend some time in. Hi from Sweden. Went to Bolero and got 3 strikes in a row.
Nice.
Yeah, turkey.
Poodle.
A turkey.
Or
turkey. That turkey thing.
What's a poodle?
I don't know what a poodle is.
I
It's
thought
a dog.
poodles-
We've made a Pops used to bowl a lot. There were some times when we got the turkey, so but not you. Actually, you almost got one in that video we did recently.
true.
You
I
got
got 2 in
two,
a
and you
row,
were
yeah.
on the third one. So well done. Hello from Pakistan. That's awesome. You guys changed my life. You've seen the United States. Me and my family pray for you. Well, we appreciate that.
Oh my
Thanks
gosh,
for
really appreciate
thanks so
that,
much.
Dawood.
I mean, I'd love to go to
That's
Pakistan. It always looks so beautiful. What an awesome comment from Pakistan. I agree.
can't argue
I agree.
that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean that's the thing that you just never understand. It's like that I look at these videos, and we'll have a video, like an average video on the channel, we'll do 50,000 people, and I was at a concert the other day with 3,000 people, and I'm like, so the average video on my channel is 15 times the amount of people that are in this concert. And it's like that just blew my mind to think about it, because there's so many stories like that. Like there's someone who's watching our videos from Pakistan. I mean, that's just incredible, and that they got to see the United States from it. And it's like it's hard to kind of think about that when you're just looking at a number. But that's why we love these live chats so much, is you get to hear from people that actually watch the videos, and it makes it a little bit more than just a number. You get to see the kind of the people behind it and their stories and everything. Yeah. So we appreciate all of y'all from stopping by and from chatting with us. Let's see. Thanks for the super sticker, Gary. Appreciate the support. Look at that. It's a little lemon dancing. How can you beat that? It's a happy lemon.
Well, I'm about to have a lemon
donut coming up soon.
For my grandchildren. So.
Iceland looks amazing. Ever been? No, that's definitely on my list for sure. Have you been to Hawaii? I've been to Maui. We have Maui videos, but I haven't been to and Kauai a long time ago. But I haven't been to the Volcanoes National Park, something like that. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. I haven't been to that one yet, so I got to get there too. Have you done Silver Falls in Oregon? I have. If you want to look that one up on my channel, that's like one of the original Through My Lens channel videos. So go look that up. I think I shot the whole thing with my phone. Probably has some like EDM music, going crazy and stuff. But I did shoot a video on Silver Falls State Park in Oregon. So definitely check it out. Should come to Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Yorktown.
It rocked my world when I was a kid, going to Williamsburg a couple times, Jamestown, Yorktown. Yeah.
Pops, you always talk about that, about wanting to do like a historic video over there sometime.
When I was a kid, my father had 2 weeks vacation a year, and we'd always do historical stuff like that. So,
are we going to see videos of you and your mom? Yeah, so she has a couple videos on the channel. If you look at the one where I took her to go to Lake Clark National Park, so we went and saw bears in Alaska.
That was awesome.
I took her to 11 Madison Park last year when she was in New York with us, so that's on the channel too. I think that I'm going to do a video with her when we go to London, because she's going to come to London for a couple of days with us. So you probably see a little bit more of my mom as well. And she's on some of my dad's videos on his channel too. Went to Congaree after watching the video, and the conditions were perfect. Awesome. I love Congaree so much. Sometimes people complain to me about it, but I mean, the way that I saw it with the flooded boardwalks, I mean, I'll never forget that. That was an incredible spot. And they love Pops.
I've been to Baltimore a half a dozen times. There's lots of cool things to do in Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't know if the one thing I learned about Baltimore when I was doing the Salvation Mountain video is that there's a piece of his actual balloon in the Innovators Museum in Baltimore.
I didn't know that.
So now I want to go to Baltimore sometime so I could go do that, go see that. Any plans to go to Italy? I would love to go. Lake Tahoe should be a national park. Lake Tahoe is incredible as well.
That's a good observation.
Where'd you go to the concert? I went and saw Mumford & Sons. It's my wife's favorite band, and we were able to get tickets to a show in LA, so it was very, very fun. Future plans to explore more Canada. We'll explore as much Canada as you can. Canada is incredible. It's just so beautiful and remote. We love going to Canada. Your videos were a great reference on sights to see and places to eat. I think that's basically what we're known for. Things to see and places to eat. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it, Patricia. Love watching your channel. Pops brings a lot of history to the videos. We love experiencing all the travels with you and your wife. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
I thought it was cool in Lincoln Highway video because Pops was so excited about the history that he took the lead on a lot of places where he was talking about the history, and I just, instead of me doing the voiceovers all the time, So I thought that was really cool that Pops was, maybe we can do some more of that when he's learning about history. He can kind of voice over some of the things. Love the adventures between. Love to see father and son traveling America together. We love it. So amazing. Buy a lemon donut. We got one. He's waiting for Pops in the other room.
An old fashioned. I only ever had one.
Green notes from El Camino Real. Went to 4 this week. It's awesome. 4 missions this week. Okay, 4 missions. I was like, El Camino Real, that's a missions trail. 4 missions this week, including all of those. Yeah, the missions are really cool in California. I did a road trip to do all of those a long time ago. I'd love to do that again. Don't bother with Stonehenge. It's cheap and crowded, and you can see it from the road for free. There you go. Just some rocks there sitting there,
Good idea.
I also subscribe to Pop's page. There
Thank
you go,
you.
Pops. He
Thank
knows
you,
rules photography. Rules photography.
Rules photography.
We did 54. We're finishing the lower 48 next month. Oh man, that's
Well
amazing.
done.
Well done. I have a video on my channel that's how to visit all the Alaska national parks. It's like 30 minutes long, and it details every single one of the Alaska national parks. We went to all of them, and it tells you how much I spent on it and everything. So definitely check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. First discovered you through your original one, California Through My Lens. Thank you. I have a lot of ideas for that channel. I've kind of left it dormant because it's hard to do 2 channels at once, but I have a lot of ideas about it. Hopefully I can do in the future. All right, let's see. You got a couple more questions, and then Pops can eat his lemon donut. What's your favorite cities you've been to, Pops? You don't like cities, but you got a couple of cities.
I don't like cities.
New York is my favorite. New York is incredible. I miss it all the time. I spent a month there, and I look at New York, and I'm just like, man, I want to go back. I want to eat the food and experience the history and the vibrancy of the city. I mean, I loved it there. New York, and then probably I love visiting San Francisco because there's a lot of cool hiking and stuff around there. And then as a third, I don't even know what I would say. There's a lot of cool cities like New Orleans, like Seattle, I like Chicago. What do you got?
I think as far as big cities go, I kind of like Chicago. I really liked Dallas Fort Worth. And with this last route we call Lincoln Highway trip, I really got a greater appreciation of Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh was fun. What was that sandwich with the French fries and coleslaw and everything that we ate? Super chat. Keep the road trips coming. Thank you, Tim. We
Tim.
appreciate it.
Doc.
All right, I think we're at an hour 47 minutes that we've been on this,
Awesome.
and 400 people the whole time have been watching and hanging out with us. I can't believe that y'all actually like us that much. You guys are too nice. Argentina, what's up?
I wasn't wearing my Boca hat today, but I wear my Boca hat in some of our videos. I'd love to get back to Argentina. I love my time there.
And thanks for reading my comment. I've never traveled abroad because of you. I know more about the U.S. than my own country. Love you guys, U.S. guys. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and so everybody, we are planning that kind of Europe trip, and a lot of people have been saying in the chat that they have suggestions. So leave them in the comments of the video if you have suggestions on places to drive in England or places to drive in Scotland. I'll take any suggestions that y'all have. That would be amazing. So thank you. You see you 2 lives. Green from Washington. Hello from Austin. Pips. We love Pips Donuts. Absolutely. Fort Worth. Salt Lake City. Yep. You guys are awesome. Well, I think that's it for us today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and spending some time. Check out Pop's Lincoln Highway video he put up today if you're interested, and let us know if you have any other suggestions of places that you want us to visit in the future. Put all of that down in the comments as well. But again, thank you guys so much. Pops, you got anything else you want to say?
We appreciate you so much. You have no idea. We talk about all the time how fortunate we are to have followers like you guys who just incredible and kind and stimulating and intelligent, and so thank you so much. We really do appreciate you.
Yeah, this is what keeps us going too with all of the stuff that we've been doing. It's like, if we were just making it for ourselves, we would make it because we want to preserve the memories, but to have so many people connected and to be able to people going on these adventures, it's just something that we don't take for granted. So there you go, Pops. Pops is the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
I'm the GOAT. I look like a goat.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks
Take
for
care.
spending
Thank
some of
you.
your Sunday with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.